14 days. Now
we sent out the email this morning. We might have a lot of new viewers.
Live.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Let me do
Sent out an email about the show this morning.
We're rolling on the sound.
Gotta let the people know.
Let me see this fucking thing. Give me this fucking thing.
What?
Go on sound.
Alright, give me this fucking thing.
Give him the thing. Give him the mic.
What episode is it?
109.
109.
You should know this stuff. Thank you, Johnny. Episode 109 to our new viewers. What's going on? Bad A.
And to our old viewers, welcome as well. We don't want to forget about the old guys.
Chat's open, guys. Chat's open.
We did have comments yesterday, Johnny.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. It just didn't show up.
YouTube's weird.
Yeah.
Figure it out, YouTube.
People,
All right.
hop in the comments. Let us know if it's working today.
We got a couple people commenting. We got Ty the plumber.
Hey, tell the plumber
What's going on,
buddy?
Joey dropped us a what's going on, buddy.
Hey, Joey. By the way, that mine train candle, beautiful.
What camera are you looking? You're looking at my laptop.
I don't know why I looked at his laptop.
comments come from.
yeah.
Hey, Joey, sorry, buddy. I don't know. There's too many fucking cameras around here.
Yeah, they got
Alex,
that
Alex
camera.
gives us a what's going on, buddy.
Hey, Alex. What's going on, buddy?
Who's this?
Alex.
Is that the
Alex
guy
Hill?
who recommended that we play cornhole in office games?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
What's his last name?
Alex Hill.
Yep, that's him. He
Alex Hill?
recommended
Is that Alex Hill?
cornhole.
That's
No.
not Alex Hill.
Yeah.
This guy Alex commented we should play cornhole.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you. Do
Bring
you
in
have
the
a
new
cornhole
boards.
ball?
Could bring in the new boards.
Can you bring them in?
I could do that.
All right. Make it happen. All right.
All you had to do was
Alrighty.
fucking ask me. I got them at the house. I've never been asked. If you ask me, I'm not gonna bring them in.
I was actually about to ask you the other day, but something came up. I forget.
Yeah,
How am I supposed?
something came up.
Am I supposed to read his fucking mind?
Hey, what are you gonna do, right?
Fucking A.
All right.
Yeah, I'll bring them in.
Let's start the show here.
Please do.
Kobe's 1 year anniversary today.
All right, Pete.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's a shame.
Still can't believe it happened.
Yeah, I first can't believe that happened, and I second can't believe that it's been a year. That's fucking. That happened in like the.
That happened before COVID.
No.
I remember vividly. Yeah, it
That was
did.
before COVID.
Yeah.
Quarantine started like March 11th, 15th, depending. That's when like.
COVID was still in Wuhan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I remember it vividly. I'm on the Twitter. I see it. I can't believe it. Think it's fake. TMZ's reporting it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I text my friends group chat. No one had heard it. They're
But
like, "What?"
helicopter. I was like,
It's too bad because that helicopter should have never been in the air that day.
Should have never went up in the air. That day is right. Should have never been up
The
in the
police
air.
couldn't even fly.
That plane should have never been up. That helicopter should have never been up in the air.
do you think
I
they
mean, it's-
got a special treatment because it was Kobe? And they were like, all right, since it's.
Well, I
or
think
they
it's
just didn't
different
run-
for
or did-
private.
Or did it just get
Private, you don't have
slipped?
to follow the same guidelines.
So it was just kind of like a slip in the. It slipped through the cracks, kind of thing.
Yeah, but those pilots should have told them. Maybe they did. I don't know. But I mean, even if they did, like you would have said, like, yeah,
Yeah.
ain't flying today, buddy.
Well, if I'm the pilot and Kobe's telling me to go up, I'm going up. You know? Kobe's telling me to go up?
Yeah.
All right.
Wasn't this guy like flew like Kawhi Leonard and a bunch of other people too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, awful.
Yeah.
Legend. Absolute legend.
Absolutely.
And he was just starting his post-basketball career, which
You know, it
he
was.
did the children's books. He had an Oscar.
He didn't even. He's not even going to see himself go in the Hall of Fame.
Yep. Too bad. The daughter, awful.
13 years old. They said she was going to be a stud basketball player.
Yeah. She was,
R.I.P.
She said she was a
Gigi
stud.
Bryant. R.I.P.
She was following in her dad's footsteps.
Terrible day.
Yeah.
But hopefully this year's, a little better.
Yeah.
We're off to a great start. Hank Aaron, Larry King.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Larry King.
Yeah, Larry King died.
Yeah.
The weekend.
How old is he?
87.
Holy shit.
What did he die from?
COVID.
He
Really?
died from COVID?
I know he was hospitalized with COVID. I don't know if that's what he died
Jesus.
of. He was definitely hospitalized.
I think the vaccine killed Hank Aaron.
You think so?
You got the vaccine?
His last tweet, like 3 days before he died, got the vaccine.
Medical,
Malfunction?
no, people said that they said it wasn't the vaccine that killed him.
They say that. How does his immune system, respond to these foreign substances being injected?
Well, here's the thing.
I won't
right?
get into the politics of this, because we don't do that here, but it makes you wonder.
The only thing I will say is this one comment, is I will say that if that was the case, wouldn't be a surprise, only because sometimes it's harder for people who are older to adapt to.
Foreign substances.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Anywho,
Next topic.
Get off the death.
Get off the death. Too much death.
It just got really dark there. All right.
What's fucking wrong with you?
What?
What the hell's wrong with you? You want to see death? I'll show you death. I'll send you there right now.
What? That's fucked up. I don't want to see that.
Say goodbye, buddy.
I got a lot more years to live.
Show
I'm
you
talking
death.
hundreds.
hundreds.
I'm talking 200-300.
Hey, you're immortal until you're not.
Starts with one.
Hey, it starts with one day.
What?
It starts with one day at a time, buddy.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
MLBPA rejects MLB's proposal of universal DH
This is a
expanded
fucking joke.
playoffs. The union stance has been all along that it did not want to talk about a trade of the universal DH, which benefits a group of players in return for expanded playoffs. The working relationship between the two sides continues to be tense. Possible strike in 2022? Question mark, question mark?
Oh boy. Here we go.
Thoughts?
So they were bartering with him.
Yeah. So they're negotiating, and it seems like the league has been negotiating in bad faith the past 2 years, when they pretty much say we're not going to concede anything. We're just going to get what we want, and we're going to strong arm you into getting what we want. That's what happened last year with what happened with the season. Turns out, the players wanted to play more games, get paid more. The league didn't, so they tried to put it off as long as they could. And they played the 60 games, prorated salary, and so they strong armed them last season, and the league wants to strong arm the players again because they can.
I mean, bully ball.
Yeah, and the owners, it's just becoming more and more clear the owners don't care about what happens to the game of baseball.
It's a
The
business. It's a business.
The players, yeah, but it's a business. It used to be that it was a business in the way that it was a business, but the product mattered, and the fact that it was a business. We trade you. Oh well.
We wanna
it's a
win.
business decision, we want to win. Now it's a business, and ways we can maximize profits in any way. Instead of putting the quality on the field better, we're going to put the quality in the front offices where we can cut people, skim the fat. any way we
Corporate
can.
partnerships.
Exactly. I mean, the Braves are owned by a venture capitalist group. They're not even owned by a person. They're owned by a company. So, and because of that, the decisions are made by a company, and so everything's when you say business decision, you're saying a real business decision instead of the sports business decision.
Board of trustees.
But technically, I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong. It's just business decision means something else now, and it's annoying, and I don't like it. I don't like the direction baseball's heading.
Bad for the sport.
I'm telling you one thing. This is why people are not interested in baseball anymore either.
Yeah, it's part of it. I mean,
It's definitely part of it. It's not the whole thing, but because it's turning into a joke.
it's just getting ugly. It's getting gross.
That and the attention span of Americans. Just dwindling. People can't go 2 minutes without looking at their cell phone.
How
How are they going to sit there and watch a 3-hour game?
It's ridiculous.
I mean, other sports are 3 hours. I think, you look at the way that sports ebb and flow in terms of their popularity. Look at a sport like boxing, how that's completely, in its heyday in the 40s and 50s, boxing was a huge deal. It was the marquee sport of America. Boxing was the biggest thing. And then over time, just boxing became less and less popular. I think that just happens sometimes. I don't know if it's an attention span thing. Because you look at football, football you only play 10 minutes of actual game time. That's a lot of waiting around and standing. Just as much as baseball is. It's just
But it's football, something's going to happen every
It's gonna
play.
be hits. Yeah, exactly.
Whereas baseball, a lot of the pitches, nothing happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I think it's the intensity of each drive, because you only have three opportunities to get that first down. Where in basketball, it could be just a basket. It doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, with
It's kind of every play
every
counts
game
and
matters.
matters.
Yeah.
Obviously, somewhere you could make the argument with other sports.
Well,
too.
if you look at football versus baseball, because it's 16 games in the season, because you're running 70 plays a game. Let's say that's very generous. Let's say you're running 50 plays a game on offense. That means every play accounts for a major portion of your season. In a way, every single play you run on offense accounts for a big portion of your season.
Yep.
So it's just a numbers game. do you solve this problem in baseball by having fewer games and making each game matter more? Do you add more playoff spots so that more teams can get into the more important games? I mean, I don't think
It's tough.
It's tough to make. How can you make baseball that much grabby? And I don't think that these pace of plays initiatives are going to do it. I don't think these, the DH or the expanded playoffs are the right. Expanded playoffs are what could end baseball altogether. I personally believe. I think it's the worst thing that baseball could do.
Why?
Because just competition. Why would you want to win 100 games and make the playoffs and be eliminated? Spend that extra $50-60 million when you could make the playoffs with a payroll of $60 million, $70 million at 85 wins, and you have just as much odds to win. The crapshoot, it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. So it just makes the level of competition that much worse, and that you can be a good team still and still make the playoffs with having a lackluster team. And it's just terrible for competition. It just dilutes the competition.
I agree with that.
Yeah, but who knows who knows when after this year when they'll play again?
How does it dilute the competition?
Because so let's say you have 5 teams that make it where it is now. You have 5 teams that make it from each division. The worst team in that who's going to make it is probably like a 94-win team, 94-win team, that second wild card spot. If you expand it to 8 teams, that 95-win team is now the halfway point to make it, that 93-win team. That way you have 3 more teams below them making the playoffs. So you can have again a 92-win team, an 88-win team, and an 84-win team make the playoffs after that. Why would you want to be that 95-win team and win 11 more games when you are still a lower seed, so you're still that 5 seed, and B, so you don't get home field advantage, when you can just as well be that 84-win team and make the playoffs.
And likely spend less money to get there.
And spending $60 million less dollars to do so. Why would you want to do that? It just dilutes the competition and makes it so that you don't need to be that 94-win team to make the playoffs. You can be that 84-win team. And it's what's going to happen. It's what's going to happen. I mean, at least in basketball, if you're a 7 or 8 seed, you stand no shot to win the first round, and so it's just kind of you're there by happenstance. With baseball, if you're an 8 seed, you still have just as much chance to win a 3-game series. I mean, the Tigers can beat the Yankees in a 3-game series.
Interesting. What do you think, Nick?
Unfortunately, he ain't wrong about what he's talking about. It's depressing, but he's not wrong about what he's talking about. So, I mean, to me, this is just me being how I am. Like, to me, I would always spend the big bucks if I had it, because it's like, number one, you can't take it with you, right? I mean, these owners can fucking think they're gonna take it to their next life. They're not taking it to their next life. But, like, to me, my perfect example is the freaking Dodgers. All right, I get what you're saying to me. Makes 100% sense. I 100% agree. But the Dodgers won that World Series last year because of what they spent. Plain and simple. I mean, they were just way more talented. I mean, San Diego is up and rising. But Los Angeles, when you have 2 back-to-back MVPs on your team, and you acquire Mookie Betts, a generational player, we call it.
Legit.
Yeah, and that makes your team better. And every team should follow that model. Every team should be the Dodgers, or should strive to be the Dodgers. Instead, we have every team wanting to be the Rays, where they can cut costs and keep the payroll slow, and still somehow try to make it to the World Series.
Which is
we
fucking
look at the Red
ridiculous.
Sox, and this is an example I always go back to with the Mookie Betts and David Price trade last year. You're just talking about what did the Red Sox get from trading David Price? They got salary relief. That's the whole point.
It's the only reason why they got rid of him.
What did they spend it on?
Nothing.
Nothing. They spent it on Kike Hernandez. They spent it on Garrett Richards. I mean, you traded
And now Adam Ottavino.
Ottavino. I mean, what is the point of?
Why did the Yankees trade Ottavino?
It's the same. It's the same.
doesn't make sense.
It's the same point that he's making.
Exactly.
What are they doing?
I mean, I understand they lost a lot of faith in Ottavino, and for $8 million to have a reliever we don't trust, I get them trading him because they stopped using him last year at a certain point.
He was
though
just
his
bad?
numbers- he wasn't that bad.
They just have so many other options.
Yeah, I mean, they still had bullpen problems last year, which is interesting. They have a lot of options, but none of them. I mean, they're older now. I mean, they've had the same kind of core.
Zach
bullpen.
Britton ain't the same guy either.
No. They've had the same core bullpen for like 4 or 5 seasons now.
And that's so fucking rare. You don't see a bullpen
They
like
still
that
got Chapman?
Still got Chapman, still got Britton.
They got Shane Green, right? Or
Yeah,
is
still got Greeny.
yeah.
So yeah, the core of that bullpen is it's aging. But yeah, I mean the Yankees, who are the Yankees, capital Y Yankees, don't want to spend over $210 million because that's the soft cap in baseball now.
That's
Even though it's
Which is ridiculous because that team's worth like fucking $5 billion.
the penalties for going over the luxury tax are so minuscule.
It's ridiculous.
No one ever talks about the penalties because everyone's like, oh, well, you have to stay under the luxury tax.
The amount of money that you get charged in taxes, you can make that back in a few home games.
It's like $3 million.
that's ridiculous.
That's
I think the highest I've ever seen it was like 10, which is what?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. If you go over the 240 threshold for multiple years, then it gets like 20 million.
Which is still
This
nothing.
is still like how much you want to pay Carlos Santana.
Yeah.
Like
Fuck that guy.
Not a fan.
Carlos Santana.
Not a fan.
Wow.
The ostrich.
Wow.
Why does
Someone's
he-
Someone's flapping his wings.
What's wrong with Carlos Santana.
Someone's flapping his wings.
He's just so fat, you know. Are we talking
All
about the right guy?
right.
Yeah, we're talking about
You talking about
Santana.
Pablo Sandoval?
No, Carlos Santana.
He's a big guy. He's
Yeah.
a husky guy.
Indians?
Yeah.
Not Royals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
How is he?
He's good. I mean, he had a bad year last year.
Doing well. Asking for you.
Fuck that
He had
guy.
a-
He had a better year than you.
He had like 199.
He's not living up to his contract.
He just
Really? He just signed another one.
Exactly.
How old is he?
It's like 35.
Exactly. I think it's time for him to.
So that's why you hate him.
He still does, but he does well.
He's a hater for fucking no reason.
I think it's time for him to go to the Japan League.
What do you
with
fucking
Naka.
do? What the fuck did he do to you?
I had him. All right, the truth comes out.
All right, now it's gonna get emotional. Let's go.
I had him in fantasy one year.
Okay, there we
Didn't
go.
work out.
Gotcha.
There we
right.
go. There we fucking
He's got a
go.
personal vendetta.
That's what we call an emotional decision.
Yep.
You did make an emotional decision yesterday with Gronk.
Gronk.
What
Yeah.
was it? What was it?
He
I
said
said that he
Gronk's
forces
not a
him-
legend because
I-
he left New England.
Okay, time out. Time out. Time out. No, no,
Yeah,
time
we'll
out.
talk about this.
Time
You
out.
said
Time
it was
out.
emotional.
Time out. You want me to explain this? Let's
me
explain
in.
this.
We
okay?
you already explained it.
Fill me in.
Check
No,
out
no, 'cause you-
Lumberland HQ, the new Instagram.
Yeah,
and
but
you'll
you
have his
he
explanation.
only said the first part. He didn't say the fucking second part. Now did he?
Yeah, it's in the Lumberland HQ.
Yeah. Well, did you get to the second part? Or do you want me to get to the fucking second part?
Get to the second.
Because you only fucking got to the first part.
You did get to the second part, and they can check out that explanation at Lumberland HQ.
Oh, so you want to just tell them all the bad shit? You don't want to tell them the good shit?
We have the good shit on the Lumberland HQ.
Okay then. So
There you
make
go.
sure you.
But
Yeah.
you can say
But
it
fucking,
now.
I'm just gonna say that I said a piece of him that is 100% emotional on the not legend part, but then I said the realistic answer, which is that yes, he is a
the greatest
legend.
tight end of all time.
Correct.
Yes.
But
But
I am allowed to be pissed off at him like I am at Brady this year because they fucking both left the
Well,
Patriots.
no. Gronk didn't want to leave the Patriots. He was going to get traded back to the Lions. That's why he retired. Because Belichick wanted
yeah,
him.
but then he retired and said that he's like, oh, I had to get all this blood removed after the Super Bowl. I was in so much pain, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden Brady goes to Tampa, so he comes back and goes to Tampa.
Exactly.
Okay, probably both are true.
No, both. What do you mean?
He
Probably
had to
both
get
are true.
all this blood drained from his leg or whatever
My bad.
that we were talking about because
Okay.
he's a tight end and plays football.
But he's like, I can't do this. I cry at night. Like I'm in so much pain. I'm
Yeah,
never
he's like,
playing-
I don't
Yeah.
have fun at football anymore.
Yeah, I'm never playing football again.
he's
And then,
also-
Brady's going to Tampa.
Because-
I'm going to Tampa.
Because these only options were play for the Lions or retire.
Well, he was talking about retirement, which is why Bill traded him.
Yes.
The Bill is known for trading a guy a year too early versus a year too late. That's how he is.
What, Gronk couldn't have come back to the Patriots?
Exactly.
For who? To play for who?
Patriots.
He could have. Oh no! If he played last year in
What do you
20,
mean? Brady was still playing.
I'm gonna get there. I agree with you.
What?
He.
Come back.
We get a second rounder for him.
He's saying
When he retired.
when
Brady
he reached
was
the
still
year he
there.
retired, Brady was still here for that one
He
year.
would've
That was in
came back to the-
2019.
Why
But
didn't he?
Belichick was going to trade Gronk.
Then he would have just kept playing the bullshit card with him. saying I'm done then. If you're gonna it's either I stay because in 18, right? So they traded him in the
I didn't
before
know
the
him retire. He didn't say anything about a trade for the reason for him
Yeah, he said
retiring.
this on Fox.
yeah he got traded to the Detroit Lions for a first round pick.
That year
he got
Because he was
retired?
trying to.
no 2018 season before they won the Super Bowl.
I'm not talking about that season. I'm talking about the year after he.
That's when
They
he
won
was
the Super Bowl. Then he got all the blood removed. Then he said he.
right. So you got two different stories.
Oh,
you got
God.
first
Yeah.
story is before the 2018 season. He was notified by the Patriots that he was going to get traded to the Detroit Lions for a first-round pick.
Because he was talking about retiring and thinking
Right,
about it.
because
So Bill
he
was
was-
like, if you're talking about this, I don't want you.
Right. So he said to Gronk, "We're trading you." Gronk said to Belichick, "Well, if you're going to trade me, I'm going to retire. You can tell Detroit I'm not showing up. I'm retiring.
Tom Brady's my quarterback.
I don't want to play for anybody but Tom Brady. That's it."
Okay.
So the deal got X'd because obviously, if you're not going to get Gronk, obviously you're not going to give them a first-round pick.
Okay.
So then he ended up saying, "Okay, I'll play with Brady this year."
And
So he
then
stayed on the
retire.
team in 2018. He played, won the Super Bowl. Plus, what people are forgetting here is that Gronk didn't even tell the Patriots until after the draft, after free agency,
This is true.
that he was retiring. When he knew from that game on, that was his last game he was going to play.
He knew during the season.
He freaking knew it during the season.
So after the whole Detroit Lions thing, he told Bill that he wasn't going to retire.
So I think what ended up happening was he's like, I'm deciding to come back or some bullshit.
He didn't
I'll
say
play with
anything.
Brady.
Yeah.
And then that's that. Just because you contemplate retirement doesn't mean you're going to retire. But once you say it, like you're halfway out the door.
Belichick doesn't want you.
I mean, you're already halfway
You're
out
not
the door.
fully bought in. Belichick doesn't want you.
So I mean, that's just how that works.
It was like the Gilmore situation right before the trade deadline.
He's 100% this year too. No way. Love the guy. Met him at Fogel, but he's out.
All right. Speaking of the GOAT, Tom Brady's parents both battled
You
COVID-19.
hear this story?
Both battled COVID-19 last year.
His mom had
Tom
cancer,
Brady
too.
Sr. in an interview Monday with ESPN Radio's Greeny, #Greeny, said he was hospitalized for 3 weeks at one point last year, and that both he and his wife, Galen, were sick as a dog. Brady Sr. noted that the couple, both 76 years old, did not watch the Bucs' first 2 games this season because of his hospitalization, saying it was the first time in their son's football career that they missed any games.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah,
That sucks.
They're doing all right?
they're doing all right.
I think they
now.
already recovered,
Yeah,
right?
they recovered.
Yeah.
The mom who had cancer,
That's-
wasn't in the hospital. It was the dad. The dad went to the hospital and was hospitalized.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
The dad's the man. The Brady 6. He's crying, telling a story about Tom getting drafted. That was great. You guys see that?
Yep.
Yeah. Great documentary. All right, next topic. NBA Players Union discussed possible All-Star game in early March. Want to talk about this, John?
Atlanta.
Yeah,
They're all going to Magic City. Get the lemon pepper wings with Lou Williams.
Lemon pepper wings?
Yep. Magic City Strip Club.
Magic City Strip Club? What's this?
This is where Lou Williams went last year during the bubble when he dipped and went out, hang out with Jack.
Oh,
Harlow at the
yeah,
strip
yeah,
club. Yeah. I mean, it seems like it seems like a charity game pretty much, and it'd be like one of those games they play.
Instead of the regular All-Star game?
Yeah, I mean the regular All-Star game.
Over unders 400 points.
There's no way they're playing that. There's no way.
But this is like a charity game for them to like raise money for COVID relief, for HBCUs.
What's the difference between the regular, like what the All-Star game normally would be?
This would probably be like a much smaller event. It'd probably be like much more low key.
In the but I thought the players don't really try anyways. They're more like offense.
Don't the players get paid now in the All-Star game?
No, they
Winning
compete
team?
for money, but
They
the
compete
money
for
goes to
money,
charity.
yeah.
Wait, so wait, what's the difference?
I think it's just gonna be player run instead of league run. It sounds like it.
Oh,
So the players can decide where the charity goes to. They get to make all the decisions for this.
oh.
They'll still announce like, oh, this guy would have made the All-Star game
Yeah.
and shit like that.
No, they're
but
still gonna have it.
I mean, they
not gonna have the game.
they might have a game, yeah, for a
Oh, they might have it?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like much has changed.
I just assumed they weren't gonna have it with fucking COVID, you know?
They canceled the actual All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be in Indianapolis this year. They've canceled that.
Holy
the players
shit.
are looking into doing their own thing with the league in Atlanta, where they play like maybe a smaller game or something like that. Something a little different.
Oh, I gotta add this to the end of the show, Johnny. I got some great news for you.
For me.
You'll be excited.
What is it? What's the news?
Why don't you just tell us
Yeah,
now?
sure.
I mean, what are you doing?
All
He
right.
finished this conversation. Well, once you hear that, you're gonna end your conversation, even if you didn't.
Bachelor Monday last
Oh,
night.
yeah.
for crying out loud!
Holy shit.
Someone give me some vodka, please.
Things
Fill
got
me up, would
heated.
you?
So they're halfway through the season,
Things
I
got
would say.
heated. Sounds like
They-
a chick.
They've eliminated a lot of the girls, and all of a sudden they bring in 5 new girls.
Did you watch this?
Of course he did. That's why he
It was on the TV, so
Oh bullshit! When it was on the TV.
It just so happened to be.
yeah, it just happened to be on TV.
He sat on the remote and just turned it on.
You were watching it too, John?
No, I didn't watch it.
I was trying to do some work. I was on my laptop. All of a sudden, Bachelor's on. I'm like, oh, jeez.
Sally's
Things
like,
got-
oh, Casey, see what you could have been? Now you're just a video producer.
Hilarious.
But things got fucked up. It was crazy. Just thought you guys would like to know that. But
Hey, Casey.
So that was
great
the
for-
news?
That's the news. That's more like a statement.
yeah, no, I think it's just things really got heated up in the Bachelor.
Oh my.
Please.
New York Yankees send Adam Ottavino to the Boston Red Sox. in
Let's go, babe.
In a rare trade between rivals. This
Kyle.
was just the second trade since 1987 between the rivals when New York obtained infielder Stephen Drew from
Steven.
Steven.
Stephen.
Curry.
Even Steven.
Steven Drew. Steven.
Steven. It's
This is Steven, but it's spelled like Stephen.
It doesn't matter. It's two different spellings.
So
You spell
it's
the same way, but you pronounce it different ways.
that's
You know?
that's
Is it
fucked
really?
up.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna know how to pronounce it?
You don't.
It's up to
I
you.
assume the PH is always Stephen unless they say Stefan or Stefan or whatever. Stefan.
Well, Stefan would be different.
Yeah, Stefan's different. Stefan.
This is how they spell
Stephon Diggs is
Stephen
different.
Can I
Curry.
see how he spells it?
It's just
PH.
it's like Steven.
Steven.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Stephen.
but that's how Stephen Curry.
He's like a rarity.
There are a few people named Stefan, but like most
Mm.
people with a PH
Not
name
that
is
rare.
Stephen.
It's very rare.
It's pretty rare.
It's rare.
What are the other pronunciations of it?
Steven
Steven.
Stevens.
It's probably like 3%, Stefan.
Even Stevens.
Oh, see?
Even Steven.
What? You can spell Stephen two ways.
Mm.
A V and a PH.
See, that's what I was trying to tell you.
What?
You can spell it different ways.
Yeah. Okay. Steven
Steven.
Stephen Drew.
when New York
Stephen
obtained
Drew.
infielder Stephen Drew from Boston on 2014 for infielder outfielder Kelly Johnson. It was the first Yankees-Red Sox trade since Boston dealt first baseman catcher Mike Stanley to New York for pitcher Tony Armas Jr. and a player to be named, who became pitcher Jim
Messer.
Messer.
Mesa.
Yeah, there's only been two trades since 1987.
Steven Drew, one big hit.
Coincidence? I think not.
Hey, you don't want him? We'll take him.
Why do you think there hasn't been that many trades? Because they're rivals and
Yes.
they don't like each
They
other?
fucking hate each other. So yeah.
All right. That's what,
Do you see Belichick trading with the Jets?
we almost got what's his name?
I copied that quote, the last quote from ESPN, and they got so many things wrong in that.
They did?
Yeah, it was
Not surprising.
It wasn't Tony Armas Jr. It was Tony Armas Sr. Jr. never played for. Wait, not, yeah.
Whoa.
Wait,
Whoa.
played. Were traded unless he was a prospect. Hold on, I'm confused.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Fact check ESPN.
Check the tape.
I'm checking. Okay.
Check the
Armas
tape.
Jr. Oh, I stand corrected. They're right.
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
ESPN right again.
Damn.
Don't give them more credit than they need.
All right, what do you guys think about this?
I like the trade.
Like the move.
I like it. We need bullpen help.
Gave up
Ottavinos
nothing, right?
nasty.
Gave up nothing.
Gave up cash considerations.
Yeah.
Cash
He gave him a
considerations.
prospect.
Play to be named.
No, he's named.
Who?
What's his name?
His name is. Let
It said player to be named.
me look it up.
So what's his name?
Yeah.
I'm looking it up.
That whole player to be named later thing is kind of fishy to me.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Like, do they just
Who?
pick later?
Frank German or Herman.
How does that work?
Fuck
So
yeah.
it's a player. It's the way player of the name to be named.
Dakota Herman?
Is that sometimes the players will.
I wonder how
You'll just
Dakota's
make a
doing.
trade and you'll be like, this is. They'll give you like a list of players that you can trade for later, and you can watch like how some of them develop or something like that.
So they can pick.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's like a list of.
All right, that makes
like, okay,
sense.
we'll give you like these 5 guys.
You all right? You almost fell over there, buddy?
Sometimes it can be a player for themselves. A player has been traded for themselves before. Frank Thomas, not the one that you know, another Frank Thomas in like the 70s or 80s or 60s, was traded and for a player to be named later, and that player to be named later was himself. And so he was traded for himself.
What?
How does that make any sense?
So they traded him, and then like a couple months later,
He was on the list?
Well, so that's theoretically a different trade.
it's the same trade.
What?
It wasn't Frank Thomas. It was someone else.
Why the fuck would you trade for yourself?
Ted Williams.
All right, can we trade Casey away? And then get him
myself?
back? Yeah. Bring him,
No, Harry
bring him back.
Cheedy is the guy. Harry Cheedy. I get confused with that.
Oh,
Harry
okay.
Cheedy was in 1962.
Harry Cheedy.
Was traded
Cheetos?
to the Cleveland Indians.
Real or fake?
Real. This is real.
Harry Cheedy.
Harry Cheedy.
That would be a
That
good one.
would have been a good one.
All right, good one. So he was traded from the Cleveland Indians to the New York Mets for a player to be named later, and that player turned out to be himself.
How does that work?
They gave him back. They just said the player to be named later will be you, and he was the player to be named later.
Does that make any sense?
Oh, wait a minute. I know how this could work. It's like if you want that guy and they don't want to give up somebody that they don't care about giving back to you, some shit like that. Right? Is that how that works? Here's the thing. If we
Well, they
trade-
got him and then they realized they didn't want him?
If we ever
So-
trade
No, it was in
Casey,
the
you
trade
can
to
keep
begin with
Casey.
That it was for him. Or they just
So-
like didn't know who this. Just they said player to be named, but they didn't know who this
Yeah,
player
and then he
would be.
showed up and they're like, oh, this guy sucks.
So it'd be like, oh, you're the
Send him
player.
back.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. He played
Ah.
15 games for the Mets. It was awful.
So they
Yep.
do the player to be
Yeah, they
named
send him
as like a safety thing, in case they don't like the player.
No.
So they can send it
This
back.
has only happened 3 times in baseball history.
Ah.
You do the player to be named later thing just to do it like.
Just
as a
so
way-
they-
it's a money.
Because they don't know. They don't know what player.
Well, like, you have an idea. One time it actually was Trey Turner was a player to be named later because there was this old rule when he was traded from the Padres to the Nationals
Yeah.
where if you were drafted, you couldn't be traded within a certain time frame after you were drafted. And so he had to be named later in a trade.
Yeah. If
So
I was,
sometimes it's for accounting reasons, for like money reasons.
if I was the other
Goes
team,
back to your freaking business conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was the other team, I don't know if I'd like that because then you don't know who you're gonna get.
Well, you agree
You
to
have
that.
an idea.
They're
You
usually
get a
like
list.
just like really crappy prospects.
You get a list of 5 guys.
Okay. All right, that's fine. All right, Trey Songz arrested at AFC Championship game.
What?
He punched one officer and put him in a headlock after refusing to put on his mask and cooperate with security, police say.
Do you know who I am?
Trey
What
Songz.
what a fucking idiot.
Talk about a one-hit wonder.
I think
He
he's got
wasn't
some
a one-hit
bangers.
wonder.
Yeah, what?
What are you fucking high?
5-hit wonder.
He's got some bangers.
He's got some
Let's pull up the
Steel
Trey
Girl.
Songz essentials here. What do we got?
This is
Hey
Trey
girl, hey girl.
We got
Bottoms up, bottoms up.
2
Oh,
A's.
yeah.
Let me see your cup.
Okay.
That's a banger.
Does he have
Certified.
more than 10 hits?
I'm going over.
We had
Trey
this
Songz
we had this
essentials.
discussion about Fetty Wap. Everyone thought
I never said Fetty Wap was a one-hit wonder.
How is whoa, Johnny?
Yeah.
How is he? He's not a one-hit wonder. Oh,
I didn't say he wasn't a one-hit
Johnny
wonder.
just said he was.
This goes out to the beautiful girls. Which one of y'all?
What song is
Shout out to Trey Songz.
What song is this?
I invented sex.
Oh, great one.
Yep. This is it.
Good, man.
But Fetty Wap has like
One of
7
many.
or 8 hits. I played it like through it, yeah, because that was
Fetty Wap has more than one hit.
Yeah,
Yep.
without a doubt. But they all sounded like That's the Issue.
Yeah, they all have the same exact.
Yeah.
Same
but
with the
they're-
baby.
But they're all hits.
They all sound the same.
Like, because Dakota brought this up and he started TikTok that said Fetty Wap's a one-hit wonder. I was like, that's not
Dakota
true.
said that?
And I went on to play 8 songs during my workout.
That's blasphemy.
That's
of all
blasphemy.
Fetty Wap.
Dakota, love you, buddy, but that's fucking shit. That's
I
fucking
proved
just
him wrong.
blasphemy.
I proved him wrong.
Blasphemy.
That a boy ostrich.
He must have been fucking eating too many Lando subs
Yeah.
that day.
Or
All right.
Pop Tarts.
17:30.
All right, we got
Say what's up, hello.
last topic. Our
do you
guy Robert Kraft.
Orchids of Asia.
The video of New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft must be destroyed under court order. And yeah, did you hear about this?
No one wants to see that video anyway.
Nobody would want to see that video. Sorry. I don't care if you did it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, they're destroying it. The court judge of
It's
Florida.
amazing how much Robert Kraft got that shit fucking just under
Yeah.
the water and just said, see you later.
Unbelievable.
You realize that if that ever came out, how humiliating that would have been for him?
Yeah, because there was video of him naked.
Like I said, not a picture I want to see. Thanks.
Yeah.
No, thank
So
you.
you didn't want that getting out.
Yep.
He tossed
Don't blame him.
tossed a couple mil their way. Said see you later.
A couple million.
No, you're wrong, Jupiter Police Department. You're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Can you take a
Robert
look
Kraft got you, buddy.
You guys see LeBron last night? Dropped 21 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
The king.
Apparently, a Cavs employee, he missed a shot, and a Cavs employee started like clapping and cheering for it. And he looked back, and he's like, he was a little too happy about it, and then just went off in the fourth.
No way.
Yeah, dropped 46 last night.
Damn.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
because he's playing the Cavs. Yeah,
It was a close game.
Yeah.
Like,
Very close.
I mean it's 115, 108 final score.
Jason Tatum came back last night.
Celtics rolled.
119, 103. The
Good
Nets-
game, Marcus Smart.
Nets won, and the Pistons beat the Sixers. Surprise.
Detroit's not a bad little scrappy team. They beat the Celtics twice this early in the year.
Who's been on that team?
Derrick Rose,
I'm not sure. Derrick Rose. You got
and then that other guy.
yeah,
Rose.
Griffin, Miles. Which Plumlee brother is this? They have one of the Plumleys. I don't know. Wayne Ellington.
They have some rookie on that team that's pretty good this year. I forget what the hell his name is. He killed the Celtics.
Oh yeah. I know who you're talking about.
He's got like the long hair.
Is
Well,
it
not long.
Bay?
Maybe
Um,
weird looking dude.
I think it's Bay.
Baby.
Sadiq Bay.
No, not baby. Not bang.
Yeah, Sadiq Bay.
Yeah.
All right. That's all we got for today.
All right.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to send your advice to casey@lumberland.com.
Fucking Blossos.
Boom.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you.